Welcome back to The Unseen Scars. Here we share real stories from real people, voices from the quiet corners of the internet where hearts are laid bare. Today we're hearing from a mother who is learning to navigate a new, brutal kind of math. The division of her child's life, day by day, on a court-ordered calendar. She calls her story the custody calendar. Okay, here goes the story. I'm staring at it right now. It's pinned to the corkboard in my kitchen, right where the school lunch menu used to be. It's the custody calendar. It's printed on a crisp, white sheet of A4 paper. The grid lines are sharp and black. My days are highlighted in yellow. His days are highlighted in blue. It looks so simple, so clean. A neat and tidy solution to a messy, gaping wound of a life. My son's childhood has been turned into a timeshare, and I'm the one who highlights it. Every month, I print a fresh copy from the court portal, take out my yellow and blue markers, and color in the boxes. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue. Sometimes there's a little gray box for a holiday with tiny print underneath. Father has Christmas in even years, Mother has Christmas in odd years. My son is 6. His name is Leo. He is not an even or an odd year. He is a little boy who smells like dirt and cinnamon toast. He is a force of nature who leaves a trail of Lego bricks and half-eaten apples in his wake. He is the owner of the world's most earth-shattering giggle. He is my entire universe. And according to this piece of paper, he is mine on Mondays, and his days on Wednesdays and Thursdays. And we alternate weekends. Week A, I get the long weekend. Week B, he does. I hate the person who invented the 2-2-3 schedule. I want to find them and show them this calendar and ask them how they sleep at night, how they turned motherhood into a logistical problem to be solved with highlighters. Today is Wednesday, a blue day. The house is silent. It's a specific kind of silence that only parents in my situation will understand. It's not peaceful. It's a screaming, cavernous, hollowed-out silence. It's the sound of a missing person. I woke up this morning at 6:30 a.m., like I always do. My body is still programmed for him. For a split second, I forgot. I thought, I need to go wake Leo up. He'll be late for school. And then this cold, heavy blanket of reality just settles on me. It's a blue day. He's not here. He's sleeping in a different bed, in a different house, a house I've only seen in pictures on Zillow. His father, David, moved out 6 months ago. He has a new life, a new, minimalistic apartment with gray furniture and no sticky fingerprints on the walls. And he has my son. I walk past Leo's room, and I have to force myself not to go in. The door is slightly ajar. I can see his little blue comforter with the planets on it. I know his stuffed giraffe, Jeffrey, is lying on the pillow. He can't sleep without Jeffrey. I wonder if David would even notice. Probably not. David never noticed the details. That was my job. I was the keeper of the details. The brand of granola bars Leo would actually eat. The fact that he needs the nightlight on, but the closet door shut. The specific way you have to cut his sandwiches, crusts off, into 4 perfect squares, not triangles. Triangles are, for some reason, an insult. Does David know about the triangles? I made myself coffee and stood in the kitchen, staring at the calendar. Yellow, yellow, blue, blue. My life is a series of countdowns. T-minus 48 hours until I can hear his little feet thundering down the hallway again. T-minus 72 hours until I have to say goodbye in a Starbucks parking lot. Our official, court-mandated exchange point is the Starbucks halfway between my house and his apartment. How pathetic is that? We hand our child back and forth like a library book over the sticky table where people are checking their emails and drinking overpriced lattes. Every Sunday at 6 p.m., this is our ritual. Leo is usually quiet during the exchange. He just clutches his little red backpack, which is always stuffed with the clothes and toys he needs to shuttle between his two lives. He looks like a tiny, sad refugee. I try to be cheerful. "Have the best week with Daddy. I'll see you on Friday," I say, my voice an octave too high. I can feel the other patrons watching. The happy families, the couples on dates. They look at us with a mixture of pity and morbid curiosity. David is always polite. "Hey, Anna. He had a good weekend. He ate all his vegetables on Saturday, little champion." We have these sterile, performative conversations for the benefit of our 6-year-old. We are co-parents. We are mature. We are a steaming pile of garbage pretending to be a recycling bin. The moment he walks away with Leo, holding his small hand, my smile collapses. I have to physically stop myself from running after them, from screaming, "Wait, there's been a mistake. You can't just take him." But I can't, because I agreed to this. I signed the papers. I colored in the damn squares. When David and I got married, we talked about kids all the time. We wanted a big, messy, chaotic family. We wanted a house filled with noise and laughter. We bought this house because it had a big backyard for a swing set. We painted this room yellow because we thought it was cheerful. We built a whole life around a dream. And the dream was good. For a while. We had Leo, and he was perfect. David was a good dad, a fun dad. He was the one who would throw Leo in the air until they were both dizzy and breathless. I was the practical one, the scheduler, the worrier, the planner. We were a good team. Or so I thought. The cracks started when David got his big promotion. More money, more travel, more late nights at the office. He started changing. He bought a new car, new expensive suits. He started listening to podcasts about disrupting the market and optimizing your life. He lost 20 pounds. Our friends told me how great he looked. I just felt him pulling away. He stopped being a fun dad. He was just a dad, a visitor in our lives. He'd come home after Leo was asleep, leave before he woke up. The weekends were spent on his laptop. I tried to talk to him about it. He'd say I was being needy, that he was doing all this for us, for the family. "This is what providing looks like, Anna," he'd say. Like I was some idiot who didn't understand basic economics. I wasn't complaining about the money. I was complaining about the absence of my husband. The breaking point wasn't even a big fight. It was a Tuesday night, a normal, boring Tuesday. I had made his favorite dinner. He came home late, microwaved it, and ate standing over the kitchen counter while scrolling through his phone. I said, "Could you please sit down with me, just for 5 minutes?" He sighed, that long, weary sigh that said I was an inconvenience. And then he looked at me, his eyes completely empty, and said, "Anna, I don't think I want to be married anymore." Just like that. like he was announcing he wanted to change internet providers. He told me he felt trapped, suffocated, that he'd lost himself in being a husband and a father. He wanted to be the author of his own story again. He actually used those words. It was like he'd been brainwashed by some self-help guru. I remember just staring at him, at this stranger wearing my husband's face. I wanted to scream. I wanted to throw my plate at his head, but I couldn't because Leo was asleep down the hall. So I just whispered, "What about Leo? What about our story?" He didn't have an answer. He just said he was sorry. Sorry? That's the word you use when you bump into someone in the grocery store, not when you detonate a bomb in the middle of your family's life. The months that followed were a blur of lawyers and mediators. They kept talking about what was in the best interest of the child. What's in the best interest of the child is for his parents to not blow up his entire world. But that wasn't an option on the table. David wanted 50-50 custody. He had a spreadsheet, he had a PowerPoint presentation, I swear to God, about how modern fathers are equal partners. This from the man who didn't know the name of Leo's pediatrician. I fought it. I fought so hard. I told them I was the primary caregiver. I was the one who went to all the parent-teacher conferences, who scheduled the play dates, who knew that he was allergic to penicillin. I was his mother. But in the eyes of the law, that doesn't mean as much as you think it does. They see a mother fighting for more time as combative and trying to alienate the father. They want it to be neat, 50-50, a clean split down the middle. But a child isn't a bank account. You can't just split him in half. I look at this calendar and I feel like such a failure. My one job on this earth is to protect my son, to give him a safe and stable home. And now he has two. He has 2 sets of pajamas, 2 toothbrushes, 2 lives he has to navigate. And it's my fault. It's our fault. I have all this free time now on my blue days. My friends who are still married, they say things like, "Oh, it must be nice to get a break." They say it with a kind of envy in their voices. They don't understand. This isn't a break. It's a prison sentence. A break is when you choose to leave your child with a babysitter for a few hours. This is having him ripped out of your life for days at a time, against your will. What do I do with the silence? I clean, I organize closets that are already organized, I scrub baseboards. I do anything to keep my hands busy so my mind won't spiral. Sometimes the anger is so immense, it feels like it's going to choke me. I hate David. I hate him for destroying our family because he was bored. I hate his new apartment and his new life. I scroll through his new girlfriend's Instagram. I know I shouldn't, and I see pictures of them on hikes, on vacation, pictures of them with my son. She's smiling, holding Leo's hand, and I feel this hot, volcanic rage build in my chest. You didn't earn that. You didn't sit up with him all night when he had a fever. You didn't hold his hand on the first day of kindergarten. You don't get to be his bonus mom. Then the anger fades, and it's replaced by this deep, aching sadness. I miss my husband, not the man who left, but the man I married. The man who made me laugh so hard I'd cry. The man who held my hand through 16 hours of labor and told me I was a warrior. Where did that man go? Did he ever even exist? I feel so guilty. Leo knows something is wrong. He started having nightmares. He asked me the other day, "Mommy, why can't we all live in one house?" I gave him the scripted answer, the one the child psychologist told us to use. "Mommy and Daddy love you very, very much. We just decided we can be better parents to you if we live in different houses." He just looked at me with his big eyes, and I could tell he knew it was a lie. It's not better. It's a million times worse, and he's the one paying the price for our failure. I look at the calendar again. Christmas is in 2 months. It's an even year, 2025. It's a blue square. I will wake up on Christmas morning in a silent house. There will be no little boy jumping on my bed, screaming because Santa came. The presents I bought him will have to wait until my designated Christmas celebration on December 27th. It's not the same. It's a consolation prize. How am I supposed to survive that? Sometimes I just want to rip this calendar off the wall, tear it into 1,000 tiny pieces, and pretend none of this is real. I want to go back in time to that Tuesday night and do something different, say something different, beg him to stay. Maybe I should have thought harder for him, not just for my son. But you can't make someone love you. You can't make someone want the life you built together. All you can do is get out your highlighters and color in the boxes. Yellow for me, blue for him. And you wait for the silence to end. You wait for the sound of his key in the door, for the thud of his little red backpack hitting the floor. You wait for your life to start again. It's Wednesday, a blue day. 2 more sleeps until he's home. I don't know if I can do this forever. That's where she is right now, still in it. Thank you to this mother for trusting us with her story. To everyone who is listening, thank you for being here. Another story is coming soon.